and welcome to Long's Toys. I have a Transformers Generations review for you today. This is Deluxe Chromia. Here she is in the packaging. I think she looks pretty cool. Comes with an IDW comic book. Switch her around here. Really love this picture of her in robot mode. I think that looks awesome. And I really like the look of her alt mode too. She's got tech specs down there. And if you would like to go ahead and read the bio, be my guest. Alright, so there you go. So we'll go ahead and get her out of the packaging and take a closer look. Alright, so here we have Chromia out of the packaging. And she looks pretty good. I really do like her color scheme with the light blue and the kind of... it's kind of a dark sky blue kind of coloring with the red accents. I think it all looks pretty good. She's got a ton of kibble on her back as far as this skirt, which you can push down more if you like, but I kind of like to leave it raised up a little bit so it doesn't hinder her leg movement. She's got this big, clear, like, canopy kind of to the vehicle mode, and then she's got a wheel hanging off the back. But it doesn't hinder her articulation too much, so it's not that big a deal. It's just kind of there. So, now the one thing I will say right off the back, the packaging and the comic book it comes with both show her with two guns, but it only comes with one gun. I mean, it fits nicely in her hand and it looks good. It's just a plain black gun. But I mean, on the back of the packaging, on the card, and the comic book, both show her with two guns. So, not really sure why she only comes with one, but so be it. So, there's not much to talk about the gun. It's just kind of normal black. Has a little bit of molding on it. A little detail. Nothing significant. What I'd like to get to, though. Articulation-wise, her head is on a ball joint. She's got mostly ball joints. She's got shoulders are ball joints, elbows are ball joints. There's a ball joint right here above like the hand where the wrist connects, as you can see right there. So it can come up, it can twist around, you know, move that around. The hips are ball joints, then there's a swivel right below that. And then there's 90 degrees pretty much at the knee. And that's pretty much it for articulation, but it's pretty good. I mean, she can get some good poses, she can stand pretty well. The one thing to note also with the elbow, she kind of has this weird piece. There's this blue piece here on like between her shoulder and her forearm here. It's got a weird little, and I'm trying to show it to you, right there, that line. It's a piece of plastic that extends down into the joint. And there's no reason for it except all it does is like make it a little bit difficult to move the elbow. Once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. But at first I almost couldn't get the elbow to bend 90 degrees because that weird little piece of plastic. You kind of have to tilt the arm. It's like, see how it's not an exact straight down? It's kind of tilted a little bit just so you can get it to bend 90 degrees. It's very weird. And I don't know if that's because it needs to be a certain angle for the transformation. I don't think so. But it's a little difficult to get her to do 90 degrees at the elbow at first. But I don't know why that piece of plastic is in there. I really wish it wasn't. As far as the head sculpt goes, I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to zoom in. I like the head sculpt a lot. She does have light piping. The eyes light up kind of a orangey color, which looks pretty good. I do like her molding and detailing. I think it looks pretty good as a character. She's having a little trouble standing right there. We go. So we'll go ahead and move on to her transformation. So the transformation is kind of simple and difficult all at the same time. It's really weird. Basically, you're going to start by just kind of flipping this tire around and spinning it 90 degrees. Then you can just kind of move this stuff up and out of the way. You're going to come down here and the tire pieces are just going to flip around to the front. Just like that. And then you can kind of angle them down. And then you just push the two legs together and the tire pieces will snap together. Sometimes they come apart, but you just kind of have to get them in there. Then you're going to take this piece and not here, but just right below it. If you push it down, this will swing down and that will kind of suck the head in a little bit, as you can see. So you do that and then you kind of collapse the legs all in on themselves. So it kind of looks like that. Then you're going to take the arms and just push them against as tight as possible. And you want to make sure that the forearm with the back of the forearm with the gap is what's on top. because when this swings down, why is this? Is that right? Oh, I think I have the arms up too much. You have to kind of push the arms down. That's why. Just make sure they're all the way down. And tight against. And then it's basically what's going to happen is the very top part is going to kind of slide into that groove. Why is this not working? There we go. So you're going to hide them. Part of this will kind of go in there, but you're going to hide the hands underneath this back part. There we go. Got that all in there. So you'll see the hands are inside this back skirt, and that's a really nice way to just kind of hide the hands. So that's pretty much the whole back part is assembled now. Then this piece is going to go forward. The joints are very tight, but you're going to get that, and then you're going to rotate this back. You're going to kind of have to splay these out to the side a little bit. And again, it's these arm joints kind of getting in the way. But this is going to fold down, and then this canopy will snap into here. And then you'll see down here, these have these little notches, this light blue piece. And then this is going to peg into that. So when you close these back down, they're going to peg into there. And it's all a little finicky. Sometimes it snaps together a little bit tighter than other times. And then you'll just bring this piece down, and that kind of becomes the front tire. I might have that backwards. I think you can kind of, as you like, turn that whichever angle. But there you go. You have the futuristic motorcycle. So I really like the look of this. Again, I like the color scheme. I love the beautiful Autobot symbol right there in the front. You can take the gun in this mode and plug it in right here, and it kind of looks like it's an exhaust pipe. Just kind of out to the side like that. I really do like the look of this vehicle mode. It really reminds me of Afterburner from the Combaticons. I'm sorry, not the Combaticons. Why am I blanking on this? They form Computron, the Technobots. Sorry about that. Afterburner from the Technobots. The alt mode really reminds me of that. And I was kind of hoping they would repaint this as Afterburner, but now that they're doing Combiner Wars, I would much rather just leave this mold alone and give me a Combiner Wars Computron, because that would be fantastic. But I really do like this alt mode. I like the big glass canopy up here. I like how it snaps in securely. I really do like the look of it. The wheels don't spin all that well. I mean, they spin with your finger, but along the ground they don't spin all that great. But if you just want to like display it like this, and because of how the legs are, it really does stand pretty well in this mode on its own. It won't fall over. I've decided to kind of leave it in vehicle mode for my wrap-up, because I think I really do prefer it out of the two modes. There's nothing wrong with her robot mode, but she's got a lot of kibble on her back, and I really just think the vehicle mode is very compact, sleek, it looks great. It's definitely my favorite out of the two modes. Chromia is kind of a mixed bag overall. I was a little let down, but not terribly let down. The robot mode has some issues with the kibble gets in the way of the articulation, and then that piece I mentioned kind of in the elbow joint, it hinders articulation for seemingly no reason whatsoever, so I'm not really sure why it's there. I am definitely bummed that she only has one gun when on the comic book and the back of the card it shows her with two. Not really sure why that happened. It's not the first time we've seen things on the back of the card or the box that don't end up being in the box. It was the same with I think it was Soundwave from Fall of Cybertron had like Prime's old gun on the back of the card. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. I do like this, but I don't know that I can necessarily recommend it. If you love the vehicle mode and you're going to display it in vehicle mode, which is probably how I will display it, then I say go for it. I know it's definitely one of the harder to find because the old Generations line is kind of dying off as Combiner Wars comes in, so it's kind of hard to find this one, and I still haven't found RC either, so she's definitely hard to find as well. So I do recommend it for the color scheme in the vehicle mode. The robot mode is meh, just not that great. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Please tell me what you think in the comments below. Please like and share this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope you've enjoyed this review of Transformers Generations Deluxe Chromia. And thanks for watching.